Welcome, everyone. It is your girl, Cynthia J. Give me thumbs up and let me know you can hear your sister. Welcome. For some reason, your girl is having technical difficulties today, but that will not stop me for what I have going on. Welcome, everyone, to the podcast show. It is your girl, Cynthia J. Welcome. How is everyone doing today? Welcome. We are going live today. Let me know that you can hear me. Give me some thumbs up. Hit that chat button. Let your sister girl know you can hear her. Yes. Let me know if you can hear. Welcome, everyone, to the Cynthia J Show. I am your podcast co-host, Cynthia J, your herbalist, your psalmist, your inspirational healer, your encourager, and so much more. I am excited to see you guys. How has everyone's week been? Oh, no, everybody has had an amazing week. I know I have. This month of March has been very, very blessful. So I know everyone has been enjoying their time. Go ahead and hit that like button and share and let your sister know that you are here. Hit that like button, share, chime on in, share it to some family members. We are going to be on a deep topic today, dealing with some bullying issues still going on in the school system. And it's gotten worse, guys. So I just want you guys to know that I need y'all to go ahead, hit that like button, chime, share, send your sister some hearts, some love. For real. Let me know if you guys can hear me out there. My little mic thing was having a little difficulties today, but that's okay. We are up on here live and ready. So again, make sure you share this with some family members. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Go check out your sister's YouTube videos go on my bio and my link tree on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you may be at. Go ahead and hit it and share with your loved ones. There we go. All right, we are on here now because at first we was having some difficulties. Welcome. I see you, Apostle Oliver. Welcome for those who are on here. Today's topic is going to be dealing with bullying issues are on a rise higher than ever before. So this topic, the reason why I chose this was during a situation that I personally endured with our daughter. And I share this, guys, with you because I know you've seen this on many platforms, many other podcasts, many other talk shows, but we got to talk about the bullying in society and in the school systems, in the workplace. We got to talk about that because it's getting ridiculous, guys. Like, seriously. I know after having to have a conversation with my daughter, how bad the bullying has gotten and how the children in the school system, just as much as it is in the workplace, in elementary school is just as 10 times as worse as it was in middle school and high school. And I had this conversation with a few family members and a few, people outside of family. And I discussed with them and then I said to them, I said, what are your thoughts right now on a lot of the things that are going on dealing with the bullying in the school system and elsewhere? And the first thing that came to mind, as I thought too, was that, okay, elementary kids now are having issues. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why the enemy trying to stop me from doing this podcast, but I'm not going to stop. The issues that we're having in the schools are more of the elementary kids are so stuck on social media that they're taking on what they see in social media, right? And they're implementing it in their lives. And then the parents are just as worse And I'm not talking about all parents, guys. Don't get me wrong. For those who might get up here and be like, okay, she talking crazy. No, I got to say this and I have to share this. There are some parents who are out here who are allowing their children to go out here and just be wild with it. Like, they allow them to be so caught up in social media so badly that they don't even see that what's on social media is really hurting them. For real, for real. And I have to share that because I'm seeing this more and more and more on a daily basis. Like, it's getting ridiculous. And my own child personally is enduring this. She is seeing and experiencing these certain things herself as well. It is sad that my child has to endure this. But the things that she tells me that she experiences is that she's like, Mom, this is what's going on. And this is what they're doing. And I'm like, are you serious? And she said, yeah. And I'm like, wow, I would have never known my child is enduring bullying so badly in the school system, not just from her peers, but also from some teachers. And I'm not knocking all teachers, you know. There are a lot of teachers that are out here that are really good teachers. They are very rare to find. And when I said they are very rare to find, these teachers are very rare to find. But the sad thing is you have other teachers that are showing favoritism so badly that they don't see that the other students are doing what they're doing, which is causing an issue for kids who, you know, are trying to make friends. And this is something I always tell my daughter. I was like, you always want to be liked. I said, but don't worry about being liked. I said, you know, like I use myself as an example. I'm not worried about being liked by people. My duty is to make sure that you are aware of what's going on around you. My duty is to make sure that as you are aware what's going around you, that you see also what's happening and that you are aware of what's going on. And so with that being said, you know, it's sad when you have to speak this thing to your child, for your child or a peer or whoever it may be, realize that, okay, hey guys, it's a lot more going on out here than meets the eye. Like, seriously, it's a lot more going on than meets the eye. And with that being said, I'm even seeing it not just in the schools, but it's expressing the different dynamics even on the highways. When you're driving, you're seeing people who are coming from different genders. And the same thing you're seeing is bullying that's going on is even on the streets. And it's sad that it's like that. And so as I'm seeing the bullying increasing in elementary schools, the elementary kids are acting more like the middle school kids. And the middle school kids are acting more like the high school kids. So it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. And that's what we're getting. That's what we're, you know, having out here that's going on. And it's sad. And it's a concern. And as a parent, I always tell other people, be concerned what's going on with your child so that you're aware of what's happening. Like, for real, for real. Because a lot of times there are a lot of parents that don't know what's going on. Be more proactive in your children's lives. I don't care if you're a single parent. It doesn't matter if you're a single parent. Be proactive in what your children are doing. It is hard. It is a lot. Don't get me wrong. It is a lot. It's very, very hard. But we have to be proactive in our children, especially in these public schools, because this public school system is going down tremendously. It's always been the way that it's been. However, the bullying in the school system is picking up higher than ever before. You got more access to social media, not just access to social media alone, but the things that they're learning from social media is also affecting the children in other many ways that we would not even imagine that it could do. Like, seriously, it's affecting the children so other many ways. Children are being put on social media. They don't know they're being recorded and they put it on blast. Others are out here and they just like, okay, we're going to do this and learn this and trick people. It's becoming like that. I was showing our daughter one day a movie on Lifetime, and Lifetime was one of the movies that I used to watch growing up. And as I watched some of these Lifetime movies, I would see certain incidents that would occur on Lifetime that would show, hey, Asun, I see you, sister. That would show, people, young girls, especially like in cheerleading or whatever sport might have been on there, or the popular girls or the popular boys. You see these things that will occur in other suburb areas. And not just that, what they were doing on there would show you what people had to do just to fit in, to be a part of these cheerleading squad, any type of sports, any type of other organization that could be like SGA or whatever behind the scenes of that particular sport or organization. The things that they had to do is what you would see or hear about that would happen on like fraternities and sororities. But these things do exist. And so as I was telling our daughter, I said, bullying comes in different ways. There are even kids who come to school who get bullied by their parents. And you're looking, some people be like, hold on, wait a minute. How do you get bullied by your parents? Well, there are parents out there that bully their children, and then their children pick up that particular behavior, and then they take it with them and it goes to school. I'll use, my father as an example, him being a school principal, and the stuff he would share with me. And I would be like, whoa, it's kind of funny why you saying that, Dad, because I'm sitting here who's not even working in the school system, and I can see it from the other side. So it's like you're trying to make sure that your children do what they're supposed to do right, but at the same time, they're encountering those who trying to set them up. And now these kids who are out here bullying are so manipulative that they're the way when I tell you the way they plot and they plan is as if they were a grown person doing this. And I seen grown people do what some of these kids do, and it is sad. I've seen grown people do what majority of these kids I see in these public schools are doing now, and it is very sad. So I say to parents out here, if your kids are going to public school, which this is my daughter's first year being public school, she was private and she was homeschooled. And she felt so good going into it and making new friends. But as we were preparing her and telling her, for some reason she was still being like, oh, but they say they're my friends and they want to hang out with me and so forth and so forth. And I would tell her like, don't get comfortable, baby girl, because everybody is not your friend. That's the first thing I said. Get to know people. Get to know yourself. It's easier to recognize and know oneself and take the time. And then you can see, okay, let me examine myself while I'm watching them, because maybe something about them I need to peep to make sure that I'm keeping myself in check too. And that's what I had to tell her. But for those parents who are out here and this is your first time putting your child in public school, especially if they're in the grades from 4 and up, make sure that you definitely, I don't want to say educate, because educate comes in different dynamics. I want to say give knowledge to your children about the public school intake. People don't understand, for some, not all. Again, I repeat, for some, not all, that your children are your valuable asset. You are the ones that are valuable to them too. And they look up to you and I to help better them. We cannot expect the teachers nor anyone else to handle this. You're right. My husband said these kids are followers these days and unsupervised at home. So they are doing grown things. This is so true. I hate to say this. Now these days, kids are more of followers. You are not finding too many children being leaders, positive influencers, and they are unsupervised, because majority of the children who are having, you can still have a 2-parent home, child can still be at home. Parents just figure, oh, they do good in their schoolwork, they get A's, B's, and C's, and that's it. They don't seem like they get in any trouble. Well, let me share something with you. Kids that don't seem like they get in any trouble as well, you have to watch them, because you still don't know what's influencing them on the other side. So anything can happen. Anything could be influencing them. For parents who are single parents, still, I know that times get tough. You got older children who are of the age bracket that can sit at home, watch the little ones. That responsibility is still a lot. Do not have your children thinking that one who's the oldest has to hold on to one responsibility so hardly that you're not there, that the child is looking at you like a mom. Because I have seen where the youngest looks at the older sibling as mom, as dad, big brother, big sister. And in these certain situations, you have to really take time to remind them that, hey, I left your brother or your sister in charge. However, make sure that you remember there are still boundaries that I have for you to be followed when it comes to your sibling, and including for yourself. The same rule that applies to them also would have applied to you. And that is what we need to be doing and carry that. So again, you need good example of wise individuals and good examples of others who will be a great influence, that will teach one another how to be great leaders instead of followers. Again, I see too many, and as you know, the comment was made, too many kids being followers, not enough leaders. And it's sad still that you sit up here and you watch and you watch and you're seeing like, okay, who's leading these kids? Like, for real. I'm seeing the kids trying to rule the parents. What's up with that? No, don't come in this household and think you're going to get away with that. Oh, no. Because you will be in for a rude awakening. Go ahead and try it and see what happens. Go ahead and try to back talk. Because when we were growing up, the kids weren't going out here ruling no parents. Go ahead and try to see what happens. Go ahead. Because you will be highly disappointed. You will be highly disappointed. You'll be so disappointed, your head will be spinning around in circles. No child, and even though I don't like using the word child, I really don't. No young one growing up into their teenage life, from their adolescent to teenage life, should be up and just talking ruthless to their parents, ruthless to their teachers, ruthless in any area. And if they are, it's because something somewhere has not been corrected, or something somewhere needs to be looked into. Because children just don't do things just to be doing it. Let me repeat that. Our blessed seeds, our children, our life value, do not do things just because they do it. Something has triggered them into doing it. They got comfortable, and now that's what we have to deal with if we do not correct it. It has to be corrected. It has to be corrected. I don't know anyone else would say, if you don't nip it in the bud now, who's to say what it's going to look like years from now down the line? Come on, guys. We all got to pay attention to these situations here. All of us do. Not just one person. All of us do, including myself. Because our children are the world. Our children are our destiny, our legacy, their destiny, their legacy to their children to come. So with that being said, come on, what else can we do? What else should we do? Why should we do it? It's a good question. Why should we do it? What can we do about it? I mean, these are good questions to really think about and ask. We can talk all day about it, but what are we going to do about it? We can talk all day about it. We can talk all day about it, but what are we going to do about the situation? Are we going to continue to allow our kids just to be stuck in the same system over and over again? Like, seriously, think about it. Are we going to continue to allow our kids to stay in the same system and keep going in that same system and over again? Because the public schools is just like a prison system, the setup of it. And they pick up the behaviors from one another and continue to repeat the same thing. The only difference is that once they leave out of the school, they go back into their homes. And what are they learning out of their homes? We are our children's first teachers. We the ones they see when they rise and return. We may not be around them all day for 8 hours a day. Because remember, your children are in the schools for 8 hours a day. 8 hours. Then the question is, as our children are in the school for 8 hours, how many hours are we putting into our children before they go back into school during the time we have them coming back on Friday? Or in some cases, some kids get out of school on Thursdays, especially for public. It's a little different than some private sectors, and some private sectors are about the same. Yet again, bullying happens everywhere and it has increased. So my suggestion for some parents, they have these apps where they put it on lockdown for their kids don't have access to certain social medias. Like, we don't allow our child to have no access to TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, any of these things. And the things that she comes back and tell us when she's at school, she'll say the kids on the bus at the school and they be listening to stuff on TikTok and whatever else. And then she goes to say something and then they picking on her after she said that. It's like, okay, if I go tell on you and it's a concern, now I'm the one that everybody want to target and set up. Yeah, that's what some of these kids are doing. If you don't do what these other kids want you to do for them, they plotting and planning and targeting and setting you up. I'm hearing it all the time. Like earlier, I asked, I said, "How was your day, hon?" And she told me, she was just like, "But this is what happened here because the other one was mad at me because I'm friends with this other person and they were all in it, just something stupid." And I asked her, I said, "Are you listening to what you're telling me?" She said, "Yes." I said, "It don't sound stupid to you?" "Well, I'm just saying that it wasn't my fault." I said, "Hold on, wait a minute. I'm not talking about you. Listen to what you're telling me the other person has said to you and listen to what they said word from word." I had to get her to really dissect it. And when she dissected, she said, "Oh, yeah, that was stupid." I said, "Yeah, think about it. That is stupid because then you're turning around and you're entertaining something that doesn't make any sense." That's a part of just trying to draw your attention, being jealous, and whatever else that comes with that. So with that being said, make sure that you're focused on you. You can't be focused on somebody else at school who's in their feelings and whatever else with that, or people doing things to target you, draw you in, and then now that you fall for that trick, and then they're gonna bully you again later on for the same stupid stuff. Now they're children who being picked on and stereotyped out of that group by teachers. I have come across some that I had watched. A parent will know how a teacher is based off to how the teacher responds to the parent, how the teacher treats you. I've had my encounters where I had to say what I said. I've had a teacher tell me, after I asked, "Is this homework?" Because our children are on their laptops. They have more access to laptops and stuff like that. They don't bring too many paper home anymore with paperwork assignments. It's more of laptops. Everything they do is on laptops, going in the classroom, everything. And the sad thing about it, why they doing all of this on the laptops, some of these laptops are not even the top-notch laptops, guys. So then your child's laptop crashes, that's it. Well, guess what? Then the teacher is wanting to blame you, pick on you, then because you want to try to catch up with your work, and then you try to communicate. And the kids are trying to do that, but that's where the parent has to step in. And then the teacher want to target. But back to what I was saying before that, I had to come out my mouth and said to the teacher several times. I said, as I had teacher parent conference, pulling the stuff out the desk after checking the desk. Okay, it's a lot of paper. Is all this paper for schoolwork or homework? You want to know what the response I received? Oh, whatever you see that's there. Huh? Is this work that I'm seeing pulling out of my child's desk homework or schoolwork? I got the same answer back again. The third time I said, okay, let me ask you this one more time. Is all of this paper that I'm pulling out of the desk homework or schoolwork? See, now when you are talking with me like that, I'm seeing the type of teacher that you are, which shows me that you will have your favorites or you pick what you pick and choose what you choose, especially depending on the type of teacher you are, where you're coming from, your background, all of that. And I sit back and I watched. I even had this conversation with the principal, school principal at school. Now I'm about to go back to social media on this one, where he had to go and said they had to put a big, huge announcement about the children because the children are being influenced by social media, being influenced by whoever outside of the school and other things that's intervening with the schoolwork. And this is why it's hard for the principal because the majority of these schools have more than one principal. They have more than one assistant principal. And the one that's underneath of them, the chaplain, the dean, whatever you want to call it, every school got a different name for something. And with that being said, the number one thing that he said, it's getting tough. It's getting overwhelmed. The bullying has increased because of the increase in the population of the students also coming into the schools. Those who are new, each classroom just about at this particular school, besides maybe one, he said, only had 16 kids in it. All the rest of them, and that was a what was he, second and below. All the rest of the classes between fourth and fifth grade has over 25 to 29 students. One of the classes, I believe he said, had about almost 32. Now, that's a lot of students for one teacher. That is a lot. So you already know that you are dealing with so many personalities, so many behaviors. You got to really keep watch on who is who. The kids are, when I tell you guys, the kids are so cunning. They are cunning. They're so cunning that if you don't sit back and watch, you will blame everything on one kid and think that kid is a trouble child the whole time. The one that you always have to get to be dismissed. And it's sad. It's very sad. So I say to all of you parents out there to make sure that you are paying attention to your children, that you always ask them, how was your day? All of that. Ask them every day, how was your day? Ask them what happened during the day because you don't never know what they're going through. A lot of the kids hold in their feelings, their emotions. They're not expressing it anymore because they feel like no matter which way they go, they are being targeted. No matter which way they go, it bothers them, it discourages them. We have to find ways where we not only encourage them, but find ways that will uplift them to let them know that they're not alone. They're not the only one. Because when we was growing up, bullying, I know especially for me, bullying was a little different. We didn't have social media like that too much with bullying. We had books back in the day when I was coming up called the slam book. People will roast you in those books. They get you in your little pencil journal book and they write on it and call it the slam book. it would go around the school. Everybody would write it, and then somebody would start another one, create it, and pass it. Never knew what happened to the other ones later on, but somebody kept record of it some kind of way of what was going on. That's one thing I can definitely say. Somebody kept record. But somebody kept record of whatever you did in your past life and wrote it in that book, or who you used to date, or who messed around with who, or whatever. It was there. And that's the crazy thing. So you never know what you was going to get in that slam book. You don't know who was going to put your butt on the line of the slam book. Other ways how you know you got bullied was just because whoever the popular kid was in school will always target you. And that was another way how people used to bully, or you had the ones that was the neighborhood bully. They normally popped up around sometimes, the neighborhood bullies. Sometimes you just tend to beat that neighborhood bully down, and once you beat them down, you ain't had no more problems. Or you knock the heck out of them. Shoot. My mom used to tell me, don't come home. Don't you come home still crying. You better knock them out. Knock them. Now you go to one knock somebody out. They want to spin you, and you go to court because parents want to press charges because somebody got jumped and all kinds of stuff now. And it's like, dang, like, can we get a break? Can we do something here? But they don't fight fair no more. Or you got weapons in the schools. If the kid goes and fights the bully or confront the bully, then when they get beat down, they want to come back with a weapon. These are all the type of stuff that tend to go about, that we as parents, as leaders, as influencers need to pay attention to what is going on with our children, guys. Like, seriously, we have to be watchful. We have to be watchful. We have to be alert. Pay attention to your children's behavior, on how things change. Pay attention to their schoolwork, how they interact. Body language tells a lot. Body language says a lot. Their response to you, how they respond, tell a lot. I definitely would say, since our daughter's been going to public school, certain ways how she responds to us been a little bit different than what she would normally do, because now whatever she's learning from there, she's bringing it back here, and then we had to be like, "Come on, wake up now." As my mom would say, "Don't get bust." Don't get bust. And so that is the thing. Like, sometimes you gotta remind your kids, or make them rewind that joker back and put them in check and be like, "Look, did you forget who you talking to? You forget who you talking to? You're not talking with me. You talking to. I think I need to bring you back. Let me help you refine yourself again." Or as my sister would say, you better find your Jesus and you better find it fast. But that is what we're dealing with in these times now, guys. So with that being said, please be participating more with your children. They need you. They need to know, somebody's out there listening. They need to know somebody is out there caring. They need to know, they need to know, they need to know. They need to know that someone cares. They need to know that somebody is watching and listening. We can't expect our children to just do it all. Even though sometimes they want to grow up and be too grown too fast. And like I always tell my our daughter, I'm like, look, don't be grown too fast. Enjoy life while you can as a kid, because it's too much going on out here that your life is not ready for yet. You're not ready for this kind of life out here. Don't get excited about this kind of life, because you will be highly disappointed in what you are seeing. And this is not the place nor the time to be entertaining that type of foolishness that you're expecting to receive what you think you're going to receive. Simple as that. That's how I see it. So with that being said, Make sure that not just myself, but you out here, brothers and sisters, are making sure that you are staying proactive and knowing what your children are doing, staying proactive in that teacher's face, staying proactive with the principals, the assistant principals, the stand-in principals, whoever they may be. Also, we all, and this goes for myself too as well, need to be more included into not just the parent teacher conference, but the PTAs. I've noticed that some of these PTAs, especially over here on this side, they be trying to hide when they're doing PTAs. They're not showing it more often as they should, which is a sad thing because they be hiding stuff. I know they do. And then when you go up to look, you find out, oh, they done already had it, but they didn't make an announcement. They'll turn around and circulate it into the feed a little later, late, or not at all in the updates of the county schools. Sometimes you see it there, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you see it if it's near the superintendent area of the board building posted. Sometimes you don't see it. But if you're in a bigger area like the suburbs or the cities, you're not going to catch that like that. So you're going to have to find it online. And it's a lot. Don't get me wrong. As a parent, it's a lot to try to play catch up on all of that stuff, including making sure you got your life together, your family's life together, your children, like everything. Especially like if you're a person who's like me, psalmist, herbalist, you're so much more. It's so many things that you have to pay attention to for people to really see that you're serious. So with that being said, I thank you guys, and again, I do apologize for being a little late up here tonight. We gonna get it together, but for the meantime, I definitely want to say thank you guys for always supporting your sister. Thank you for always being there, even for the little few who has been supportive. And shout out to my hubby. He's always been supporting me. I got to give shout out to the hubby. It's nothing like having your loved one there. He's been my biggest encourager. I gotta give a shout out to him. I still gotta give a shout out to our princess. She be trying when she at school and she gotta deal with all that foolishness. But I want to give a shout out to her and for all those who definitely been holding your sister down. I thank you so much for always holding me down on this journey doing this podcast. I know some of you guys like, okay, well, hold on, wait a minute. When are you gonna come back out with your album and some more music? Well, guess what? Your sister on 4/4/2024 will be coming out with a release single, I Put My Trust. This single is going to be dedicated to my loved ones, dedicated on a special day that I will make that announcement the week going into why this single is being posted on this particular day and why I share it. I also will give you a little bit more, information on why I shared that song and what was so positive about this song of trusting more, manifesting more, divinely, more grace, more mercy, more all of the things that needed to be done and said. I also got to give thanks to my family members and spiritual family members and to you because you guys that still chime in and support and check in and like and subscribe and share. I have to give love to you. Much as I pour out, you know, I definitely always be looking for to receive the love back. Yet if not, that's okay. Because I know the divine within me will show me greater works and greater things are already happening. That's all that matters. But definitely on April 4th, 2024, keep a lookout for your sister's single coming soon. Also, if you in the DMV area over here in the East Coast, whoop whoop, representing the DMV, the big VA. If you're in this area, definitely come out and check your sister out this Saturday. There will be a line dance going on in Manassas, Virginia. And while we're there for this line dance, it's $35. So for those who I'm gonna definitely go ahead and try to do a little video clip, put that out there. But it's a line dance is to keep those in shape who looking for good health. But vendors will be there. Vendors will be there. And your sister, Cynthia J, is one of the vendors. I will be also selling for those who do not know. I do sell and do at home CMOS for those who are unaware of CMOS, and for those who are aware, been doing the CMOS thing for a very long time now, since 2015. I just hadn't been out there. I only normally make it based off requests if people are really serious about it. Some people was just like, I don't know what that is, and blah, blah, blah. You got to give them the whole rundown what CMOS is. But others, they're skeptical. They say, well, I tried this different brand somewhere else. It didn't work. I can't speak for everyone else, but I will tell you this: CMOS is one of the 92 minerals by itself that has amazing benefit. It definitely helped save me. I definitely would tell you that for myself, because I had a left swollen knee for years. While taking CMOS, that'll be the first thing I do in the morning on an empty stomach, not drinking nothing else but that first. And then I have my rise coffee after. But that, and then making sure you eating the proper meals. Everybody else gonna say, "Well, I can't give up my beef, my chicken, my turkey, all the stuff, and canned sweet." Something's got to give. Your dairy, something's got to give. For me personally, after almost losing my life, something had to give. So I said I cut out the dairy, the meat. I didn't eat pork anymore. So I haven't had that stuff in a long time. Now, sometimes you might cheat on a little something like some candy or a little, cheese pizza, but don't allow this to be your everyday thing. Like cheese sandwiches, yogurts with dairy, cream cheese with dairy, cheese. Some women sisters I meet that love to eat block cheese all the time. These things will affect you. These things, especially for Black women, will cause and trigger a high hormonal issue in the body, which will cause fibroids and other cancerous cells. For those who are unaware of that, yes, it does that. So if you the person that's like, "Oh, I never had this problem before, blase, blase." Yes, it does that. So with that being said, CMOS is one of the things that normally in every other food you'll get it and receive it in CMOS. And CMOS also, you got to make sure it's actually coming. If you're gonna get it from vendors, make sure it's actually a vendor that actually gets it from the sea and not being pulled. Meaning that some of the CMOS is being taken from the sea and being grown inside pool baths, and very salty. For some are too salty. Majority of sea moss does not have a lot of salt taste. You can tell if it's coming from the sea. You could tell if it's been in a tank. You could just tell. And the way it preserves. It does amazing to the skin. For some of you that see my face, I get a lot of people that ask me how old I am. I know that when I talk, I sound a little bit more mature. For what I was told, this is going by what I was told, guys. I use it on my face. I use it in my hair. I put it in my teas. I make soup with it. So, with that being said, CMOS has a lot of amazing things. But remember, as an advocate of this young lady here sitting in front of you who follow Dr. Sabi, when CMOS is mixed with bladderwrack, it's even powerful, which it gives it over 102 minerals, which is true. I do miss that. I used to just take the powder and just eat it and just be hyped for the rest of the day. That's just me saying. Well, again, for those who will be this March, this Saturday, coming through in Manassas, Virginia, definitely check out your sister if you're in the area. I will be posting that on TikTok and other social media platforms for you guys to see about the vendors, myself, and other vendors who will be promoting their products there. Truly excited about that. So y'all make sure y'all keep an eye out on that. Last but not least, also, if you're looking for a birthing doula and a postpartum, that is I and my sister, Tasha, a brand new me, who also has her own podcast on Spotify called Listen and Let's Talk About It. Make sure you hit us up. We are birthing doulas. We do what we do. We love what we do. We enjoy what we do. Even if you don't decide to have us here with you during your birthing experience, and just decide to want to have somebody that needs someone to be comfort during postpartum, again, don't be shy to pick up the phone and call us, guys. Our telephone number, if you're looking for a birthing doula, is 703-347-3240. Again, 703-347-3240. Our birthing doula is called Healing Hearts Tailor Made Doula. I love that title because not only do we help heal the hearts, but we are tailor made just in a dynamic way, grounded, rooted in every area, mentally, spiritually, and physically, where we teach you the methods of natural herbs. We teach you techniques and massagings and things like that, and so much more. So, with that being said, make sure that you guys chime in to hit us up. Don't be shy. We're right here in the DMV area in the big VA. Definitely. So make sure in the Northern Virginia, I hit us up right here. Healing Hearts, Tailor Made Doula. We are here for you. Again, don't allow yourself to sit back in postpartum because there are some sisters out here and women out here after giving birth go through postpartum depression. And it is no joke. Postpartum depression will some of us sisters that make us go crazy. I'm not even going to sugarcoat that. Postpartum depression is not a game. So make sure that if you know someone who's going through, who just wanted to talk to somebody, it doesn't matter if they far away. Pick that phone up and tell them to call Healing Hearts Tailor Made Doula at 703-347-3240. 703-347-3240. They'll either reach me or my sister Tacha. So definitely don't be shy, guys. Like any brothers out there, you know your wives going through some issues after having birth and they seem to be a little off or need somebody to talk with. Uh get them to hit us up. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. So with that being said, again, keep a lookout for many other future things to come. I'm excited in this month of March for those who are up here who's been on their spiritual journey with Ramadan. Keep doing it to all my brothers and sisters out there in the community. Ramadan. Do it, do it. I look, I'm with my brothers and sisters in the Muslim family too, be doing the Ramadan. Even though I'm not Muslim, but still, I still do it because I'm just with my brothers and sisters like that. For those who are really looking for some spiritual enlightenment, spiritual connection, to be cleansed mentally, physically, and spiritually, that's what we have to do. We got to disconnect ourselves from these things at times. So that is our whole journey. That is our whole purpose. So make sure you doing that thing. So for those who are out here, definitely I salute you to my brothers and sisters of the Muslim nations and much more. For those who are out here also doing Lent, I salute you, brothers and sisters out here in the Christian kingdom, wherever, whoever. I'm not too deep into the religious part, but spiritually, I'm with you. Spiritually, I'm with you and beyond more of our minds under, inner, and overstanding. So, with that being said, again, tune in every Thursday, same place, same time at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 a.m. GMT plus one time. For those who are out there on the West Coast, you know what time it is. Y'all always 3 hours behind us. So you just make sure you chime in and you hit that button, hit that like button, share, subscribe, and go ahead and promote your sister because this is a place of encouragement. This is a place of holding us accountable. This is the place where we as women also hold each other accountable. Because again, if you see, it would say holding us women accountable. Yes, women, we got to be held accountable because we are the first master teachers when it comes to our children. And then after that, our father, the fathers. We're the first one. We the nurture. We are all of that, but the fathers are just the ones who make sure everything is implemented. So let's make sure that we, as women, remind ourselves what our sole duty and sole purpose is here: to encourage, to uplift, to love, and to embrace, and to do much more. So chime in every Thursday, holding us women accountable with different topics and updates that are getting ready to come. Also, if you're in the Woodbridge area in the big VA, there is a Easter Resurrection Conference. I'm not into all the Easter thing no more, but for those who looking for a church family home or a place of spiritual connection, go ahead and chime on in. Look up Renew Life Worship Center. You'll find them in Woodbridge, Virginia, 13195 Gordon Boulevard, Woodbridge, Virginia. For those who looking for a place, Also, outside of that, if you just want somebody to connect with, hit your sister up, hit that DM right on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or you can hit me up on YouTube. Check me out on my YouTube page as well under Cynthia J22. Cynthia J22. You can find it in my bio if you're in TikTok. You can find it in my bio if you're in Instagram. And you still can find it right here on Restream Live through YouTube. And all of my information is up there. So again, chime in every Thursday. Love you guys. I salute y'all. Thank y'all for chiming in. Stay tuned for many other loves to come. Peace and love. Blessings on my TikTok. And blessing to all those who are on Instagram Live. Love you guys. Peace and love. Peace and love. For those who are still up here on Facebook, I salute you. Stay tuned for more amazing things to come. Don't be a stranger. Get ready for what's about to come. Check out my new album coming soon near you. Hey.